Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me on an Advent Countdown project. I've got a card for you. I don't do cards very often, but I was sort of kind of mucking about the other evening and just enjoying myself, and I loved how it came out, so I wanted to show it to you. And this is a silver version. I'm going to do a gold. I don't know what it's going to look like until we actually get there. But I just thought it was quite fun. There are some things that translate very well from silver to gold, other things that don't. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Anyway, so it's just a standard card. So I've got basic black here, sheet of cardstock cut in half, folded in half, and then I've got some of the brushed gold cardstock, which has got, if I can tip it in my lights, there you go. It's got a tiny sheen across it, and the silver one that's under here is the brushed silver. So I'm not sure how well that's showing up. I've got a spotlight over there. And then obviously there's vellum on the top, and so it's the vellum work I'm going to do and show you now, but obviously I'm going to show you everything. Stamp set is Wintertime, which is beautiful. This is a wood mount stamp. It only comes in the wood mount, and it's just lovely. Look at that, and it matches. I think it's Letterpress Winter is the set that it matches. There we go. So open that up and move it out of the way. I've lost it. I've got everything spread out on my desk. There we go. My embossing buddy, because obviously it's heat embossing that's going on. Piece of scrap paper. This, it takes off any grease that you may have left behind on your fingers, onto your piece of cardstock. Takes away the static. There's my Versamark. It's here. Versamark ink pad, because obviously it's going to be sticky, and that's what you want your embossing powder to stick to. And you can see that I've used this with White Stays on another project as well. And then I'm going to go straight down, hope that's lined up. There we go, and I've got my gold embossing powder this time round. See if I can pick that up. My gold embossing powder all over. And just tap it off. Because it's vellum, it's sort of a bit flappy, which cardstock isn't. Couldn't get hold of it then for a second. Let's get rid of that. Straight across the grid paper, and if you've got me up full volume, why I don't know, but turn it down now because I'm going to put my heat gun on, which had fallen on the floor. Oh, I haven't got it plugged in. It would help to have it plugged in. Oh my goodness. Right, there we go. So I'm going to put this on this piece of paper and bring it up to you. So hopefully, let's just focus and zoom in. There we go. You should be able to see it go from this sort of powdery look to metallic. Maybe watch the words, you'll see those better. There you go, can you see it turning from powdery to gold? It's getting a bit hot on my fingers. It's a good idea in theory, but it's a beautiful effect, so gorgeous. Okay. Oh, there's a bit knocked on there. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to set that off to one side for a second because I need to layer up parts of my card. So I folded this in half, scored it. I've scored it in half, now I've folded it in half, burnished it. And I'm going to start putting things together. So I have got, I don't know if that's going to work hanging down. Will it work? I'm not sure that silver with gold will. I might just do the whole button thing because there's the beautiful golden buttons that are part of the yeah, I think that might work. That are from the winter catalogue. Banner punch, bit of gold glimmer. Pop that out. What else can I prep ready while that just chills down a little bit? Some of the gold satin ribbon. Beautiful. Cut some of that off. And yeah, actually I'm thinking that the snowflake won't work. I just think it's going to be odd. Looks better with the silver. You can see it there. So we'll do something buttony, I'm not sure which. Okay, so we need to attach this to here. And how do you do it? A couple of glue dots in the top corner, very easy. So in the top corners where it's going to get hidden underneath the ribbon. And over here, oh that's a big wibbly blob. And my layer sizes, it doesn't really matter how big your card is, but if you're going to make it, you know, if you want to do a full sheet of card, whatever you do, make sure your layers are 1/2 centimetre or 1/4 of an inch shorter and narrower, and that's how you get all your layers going on. So those two are attached. I want to put my ribbon round, so a couple of glue dots on the back of each end. And then lay it over, and that's just going to disguise where I've put my glue dots to seal the vellum down. I've got a corner curling here, which is fine, so we're going to disguise that one too. I'll show you how in a minute. So I didn't have curlage, technical term there, on that side, on this one, so I'm able to leave it loose, but it's okay, it's not a problem. Right, let's stick this down. So I've got some fuse here. I love the fast fuse because it's fast. And lay that up as well and start disguising things. So I've got pearls this time. I did have the rhinestones there, so I'm going to take pearls. So the first one I want to do is disguise that one. See, easy. I'll take a couple into the centres there. And my little banner, a couple of glue dots on there and over there. And do we actually want the button? I don't think we do. I think we could get away with it as that. So there you go. You decide, you tell me if you like it in the gold or the silver. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I have a preference or not. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me while I natter and chatter to myself quite clearly. And I'd love to hear your opinion. Thank you. Bye.